Good morning. Happy Thursday. It's a sunny day here in Nashville, Tennessee. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw my middle of the night anxiety fiesta over losing power for about an hour here. It was not a big deal, but power is back. We are here. It is sunny. All is well. So thanks for joining me this morning. Drop a comment. Let me know that you're here, or please like and share this video if you would like to spread some yoga love today. So we're going to start standing today. So as always, no props needed, but if you use props, if you have a practice and you use props already, a block, blankets, whatever you might use, feel free to use those as you see fit. So starting in an equal standing pose, hips stacked directly over knees. Knees are directly over ankles. Shoulders are directly over hips. So you've got this nice sense of grounding through both sides of your body. Arms extend out and down just a little bit. Spread your fingers out wide. Maybe stretch out your hands a little bit. Take some wrist rolls. You can close your eyes if you'd like. If you're rolling your wrists or opening and closing your fists, go ahead and find some stillness with your fingers spread out wide. Taking a moment here to notice your breath. Just noticing the inhales and the exhales. And seeing with every single exhale, if you can feel just a little bit more grounded. So releasing a little bit more of your body onto whatever might be holding you up today. The mat, the floor, the earth. Lengthening your breath. And introducing just a slight pause at the top of your breath and at the bottom of your breath. So just a tiny little pause, acknowledging this space at the bottom of the exhale and this space at the very top of the inhale. So in the yoga practice, this space at the top is where you are full of life and full of possibility and full of just this vibrant energy. And then at the very bottom of your exhale, it actually represents death. So it's this place of emptiness where you're getting ready to fill up again. It's this place of unknowing. It's this place of waiting. It's this place of just being. And then it starts all over again at the top of the inhale. You're full of life, full of possibility. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Pause at the top. Open your mouth side out. Inhale your arms overhead. Find an interlace with all 10 fingers and press your palms towards the ceiling. So I'm pressing them towards you, but press them towards the ceiling. I'm going to come down on my knees so you can see me. Stay standing. Someday I'll figure out a way to fit this all in the frame. That day's not today, and that's okay. Take a big breath in. Breathe out, stay here. Inhale. Exhale, release your shoulders down away from your ears if they're hugging in and up. See if you can create some space. Big breath in. Exhale, take just a gentle lean over to one side, keeping that space in between your ears and your biceps, or at least keeping that sense of pulling outward with your arms, finding a side body stretch here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back through center. Exhale over to the other side. Nice side body stretch, keeping that energy spiraling out through your whole body. Always hugging the core in, finding that sense of energy, always sending that energy out all the way through the edges of our body. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Inhale back to center. And exhale, slowly find a forward fold. Hands move through heart center, deep bend in your knees. Head hangs heavy here. You can interlace all 10 fingers and place them behind your head if that feels good. Or you can grab opposite elbows, or you can just let your arms hang heavy today, wherever feels best to you. You can sway side to side. Shake your head, yes and no. Release any tension you're holding on to in your neck. Nice deep breaths. If you have any kind of grip with your arms or hands, go ahead and release that to the mat. On your next breath in, find a halfway lift. So press your palms to your shins or maybe to your thighs. So wherever's comfortable for you. Elbows hug into your body, so they're not splaying out. They're hugging in towards your midline. Energy is pressing down evenly through all four corners of your feet. So pick your toes up off the mat. Spread them out as wide as you possibly can. See if you can set them down one by one. See if you can set them down and maintain some space in between your toes. Still in this nice halfway lift, so you're reaching from your tailbone all the way through the crown of your head. Shoulder blades hug in and down the spine. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees really deep as you inhale to rise all the way. Arms come out and up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Bend your knees, reach to rise, inhale. Palms meet overhead, exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, plant your palms on the mat, step back to a tabletop. So go ahead and drop your knees. Shoulders are stacking over your wrists, hips are over your knees. So there's a lot of joint stacking in the yoga practice, keeping this nice evenness in the body. And your fingers are spread out really wide on the mat. Index finger knuckles grounding down, kind of rooting you in this pose. Finding a nice long spine. And we're going to take some cat and cows here. So on your next breath in, belly drops. Gaze starts to reach towards the ceiling. Exhale, press into the mat as if you could press the floor away from you, round your spine, drop the crown of your head. Following your own breath here, inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, spine round, shoulders round, crown of your head falls. Matching breath to movement. Connecting to that possibility in the inhale. To the expression of that possibility in the exhale. You're welcome to bring in any more movement here that feels good. You can stay in those nice cat and cows if you want, or you can find some extra movement, maybe press back, side to side, find some hip rolls. You might get some cracks and pops in here. That's totally normal. If you find a spot that feels a little sticky, you can spend some more time there, maybe in your shoulders or hips. Send some extra breath there. Finding this gentle movement. And coming back to neutral spine, bring your knees all the way out to the edges of your mat. Big toes touch in back. Press back into child's pose. If this does not feel good to you, you can also bring your knees together. Press your hips back. Keep your fingertips walking forward towards the front of the mat. Nice extension from your shoulders all the way through your fingertips. Fingers are still spread nice and wide. Forehead rests on the mat. If the ground isn't quite there for you, you can bring a pillow or a block or anything else to bring that ground just a little further up for you. No tension in this pose. A few breaths right here. On your next inhale, come back up to that nice tabletop, neutral pose. And then reaching your right arm forward, notice that my arm is an exact extension of the rest of my body here. Right arm reaches forward, opposite leg reaches back, left leg reaches back. Toes are flexed, pointed down at the earth. Take an inhale. On your exhale, see if you can bring your elbow in to meet your knee. So it's kind of this crunch into the center line. Inhale, extend it back out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale it back out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, back out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last extension, inhale. And release it to the mat, exhale. Other side, left arm reaches forward. Right leg reaches back, grounding down through that right index finger. Toes, once again, are pointed straight down at the ground. Take a breath in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, press into the mat as you crunch. Inhale out. Exhale, meet. Inhale, extend. Exhale, meet. Last extension, breath in. And exhale, come back to neutral tabletop. Maybe take a couple shifts side to side. Heading into a gentle down dog this morning. Walk your hands maybe just a palm width forward. Tuck your toes, bend your knees, send your hips back towards your heels, press into the earth, and then send your hips to the ceiling. Pedaling out your feet here. So you can keep your knees nice and bent. So if your downward dog looks something like this, totally fine. Heels do not have to touch the mat. Just some movement right here. Nice big hamstring stretch. Head is releasing towards the mat. So nice heavy head. You should be able to shake it yes and no. Again, just releasing any tension in there. If this is starting to feel like a lot, you can come down to your knees at any time. Press into child's pose. Couple of breaths in down dog. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, side out. One more inhale. And exhale, drop your knees, come to your child's pose. Option to extend your arms back towards the back of the room this time. So you're kind of making yourself into this tiny little ball. And breathe. And slowly come back up to tabletop. And we're going to head into a side plank here. An easy side plank. Choose your journey here. So place your left palm in the midline of your tabletop position. So move it to the center. Move your left knee into the center as well. Right foot is going to come out to balance you. And extending your right arm to the ceiling. Nice straight line from your left palm to your right hand. Check in with your left elbow. Make sure you're not locking it out. This would be locking it out, kind of dumping that weight forward. Keep a nice soft bend in your left elbow. If it feels okay, take your gaze to the top fingertips and find that connection to the mat here. So once again, this left index finger knuckle all the way down from your left knee to your left toes, and your right foot is all pressing into the mat, really grounding yourself here. If you have a strong side plank in your practice, you're welcome to take it up to a full expression, maybe even lift a leg, or you're welcome to remain grounded. If you always do one thing or the other, I invite you to try something new today. So if you are always up here, then I invite you to come down here. Just see what it feels like. Take a big breath in. Stay, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, slowly come back to center. Finding the other side. Right palm comes to midline, right knee comes to midline. Left leg extends out behind you, and your left arm reaches for the sky. Notice my fingertips are still nice and engaged here, spread out wide, just as if they're pressing into a wall or a mat that's to my side body. And same thing this side, finding that strong connection, that grounding with the mat you have. Every single pose is built from the ground up, is built from that connection with the earth. And how we use that connection, that energy to send the rest of our body into space. Big breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, slowly come back to neutral. Go ahead and scooch on over to your back. Feet are nice and flat, slowly rolling down onto your spine. Bring your knees into your chest, taking some gentle circles here. Moving in both directions, really small circles. This should be a nice lower back massage. And a release in those muscles. Knees don't have to be together. They can be spread out if that feels better for you. Feet meet the earth, knees are pointed at the ceiling. Bring your palms by your hips, press down into the mat. And on a breath in, send your hips to the ceiling, bridge pose. Chin stays tucked into the chest. Once again, coming back to that connection with your mat. Every single inhale is expansive. And every single exhale is a fullness. Take note of where your legs are in space. If they are splaying out to the sides at all, pretend you have a block in between your legs Squeeze in on that block. So you're hugging this energy all in through your core. Abs are very engaged here. Take a big breath in. And slowly roll down vertebrae by vertebrae all the way to your tailbone. Take a breath at the bottom. Inhale. Side out, exhale. Inhale, bridge pose. If you find yourself warm enough to walk your hands in underneath you, you can find an interlace with your fingers. Use that connection to press your hips a little further up to the ceiling, if you choose. It is always your practice, always your choice, always your body. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, expand. Exhale, be present. One more breath in. And exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly lower all the way down. Windshield wiper your knees side to side, just letting them fall from one side to the other side. Coming into a Supta Baddha Konasana for a few breaths. So bring the soles of your feet together. Knees come out wide. Right palm comes to your belly. Left hand comes over your heart. And if you find any tension in your lower back, you can also try bringing your feet out to the edges of your mat and knock your knees into the center. The traditional reclined bound angle Supta Baddha Konasana with feet together, knees wide. Maybe bringing in a little movement here, rocking your hips side to side if that feels good. And then find some stillness and close your eyes. Coming back to your breath, back to this anchor of your practice. Coming back to that small space at the bottom, the small space at the top. Doing a soft body scan here and just noticing whatever's present. Noticing where you might be holding tension, maybe in your face or your jaw, maybe in your fingertips or toes. Check in with your hips, with your shoulders. See if you can let everything just release here. Switch your palms, left hand to your belly, right hand to your heart. Gently flutter your eyes open. Slowly bring your knees back to center. Pressing up to seated posture. And coming into just a few seated stretches here. So starting with your left leg in, or right leg out long to a 45-degree angle. Toes are pressing in towards your body, flexing in, that's the word I was looking for. Rotate your shoulders to square off with your toes. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, slowly fold forward. So wherever you are here, it's completely perfect. If that's right here, that's great. If that's all the way here, also great. Wherever you are is beautiful. If you have a strap or an old shirt that you'd like to bring around the ball of your foot, that's a great way to help yourself in this pose. Finding a nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, see if you can release just a little more. Inhale for length in your spine. And exhale, forward fold. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly come back up to center. Square off your hips to the front and then switch sides. Left leg out, right leg in. Left toes flex towards your heart center. Square off your shoulders towards your toes. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, melt your heart over your thighs. Being present with wherever you are in this practice. Being grateful for your body, expressing gratitude for your body, regardless of where it is in space right now. Big breath in. And exhale, release a little more. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. One more breath, inhale. Exhale. And slowly come back to center. Bringing both legs out in front of you. Square your shoulders once again towards your toes. Both feet are nice and flexed. Sit up nice and tall. Heart is shining forward. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, reach for your toes. Moving with the breath here. So inhale, come back up to seated. Arms reach overhead. Exhale, lower all the way down onto your spine. Arms reach overhead if you have the space. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale brings you back up to a seated position, arms overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, back up to seated, arms overhead. Exhale, all the way down onto your back. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, stay. Inhale brings you back up to seated. Use that core, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Last time here. Inhale. Exhale, stay. Inhale, back up. Arms reach overhead. Exhale, all the way down onto your mat. I'm going to shift downward just a little bit here. Coming into our last few poses, taking a moment, take a breath on the floor. Inhale. Exhale. And gently bring your right knee in towards your chest. Reach for around your right knee, or again, if you need a strap or something to lasso your shin, that's perfect. On an inhale, hug your knee as close into your chest as you can. Exhale, take it across your body, supine twist. Find a nice T with your right arm or a cactus if you don't have room. Gaze drops towards your right. So your gaze is falling away from your leg. Next breath in, slowly come back to center. Bring both knees in towards your chest. And then switch sides, right leg out long, left knee hugs in, inhale. Exhale, take it across your body, supine twist. Left arm to a T, gaze falls to your left. Noticing the connection of both your shoulder blades to the ground. Next breath in, slowly come back to center. Both knees hug into your chest. Take a moment here. Give yourself a huge hug. Pull everything into your core. Pause at the top of your inhale. Hug, hug in, squeeze in. Everything is so tense. And then on your exhale, let everything go into your final resting pose. Legs out long, arms out wide. Taking up however much space you'd like to take up. Finding any last movements you'd like here, maybe some toe wiggles, finger wiggles. Rock your head side to side. Any final adjustments. And then coming back to a place of stillness. Coming back to this expression of gratitude for this practice. Expression of gratitude to yourself for showing up to this practice. For connecting your breath to your body, your breath to your movement. For giving yourself some space to just be this morning. And carrying this sense of spaciousness and possibility of your breath with you for the rest of today. You're welcome to stay where you are for as long as you'd like. If you're ready to come out of your practice, wiggle your fingers and toes. Bringing movement back in, bringing presence back to your body. Gently rock your head side to side. On your next inhale, send your arms overhead. Take a full body stretch. Then exhale, bring your knees towards your chest. Gently roll to one side. Make your way to a seated position. Sukhasana, easy seat. Finding a nice tall spine. Sensing the breath spiraling up and out of your body. Taking one more breath together. Inhale, arms overhead. Palms meet. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Thank you for joining me this morning. I hope you have a beautiful day. Namaste.